The Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is a must-have action camera for those who enjoy hiking and other outdoor adventures. I've brought the Ace Pro 2 along on some recent winter hiking adventures, and this camera has been a blast to use. This little camera has also proven itself in a wide variety of filming scenarios, and it's not let me down. So after capturing many adventures with this camera, there are 10 reasons the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is a must-have adventure camera. The first reason is the excellent image quality. The Ace Pro 2 is equipped with a 1/1/3 inch 8K sensor, a dual chip with 100% more computing power than the Ace Pro, and a lens that was co-engineered with Leica. Thanks to these specs, the Ace Pro 2 is capable of delivering 8K 30 frames per second footage, as well as 4K 60 frames per second active HDR. In addition, this camera can capture 4K 120 frames per second slow motion footage. When you want those slow motion clips, this camera does them really well. In addition, the Ace Pro 2 has a clarity zoom mode. And thanks to that 8K sensor, you can zoom up to 2 times in clarity zoom without losing resolution quality. Now, speaking of excellent image quality, if you want to film any low light footage with the Ace Pro 2, the Ace Pro 2 does this really well as well. The Ace Pro 2 offers a dedicated pure video mode, and this mode is designed to get those really good low light shots. This mode enables you to capture great footage in low lighting, and with this mode, you don't have to worry about that jitter and ghosting that can often occur in low light. The footage my Ace Pro 2 captured in low lighting really impressed me, and it definitely exceeded my expectations, even when I was moving around in the dark. I especially love the footage I was able to capture of my bonfire in the snow. That footage came out really well, and the Ace Pro 2 was spot on with that. Now, on the topic of snow and cold, let's talk about the Ace Pro 2 battery. The Ace Pro 2 has an 18 milliamp hour battery, and this battery provides a lot of charge and lasts a long time, even in cold weather. Much of the filming I did in the sample clips in this video was done on a cold day where the temperature was less than 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, sometimes that really cold weather can be concerning with batteries because a lot of batteries do not do well in colder weather, but this battery was flawless. I had absolutely no problems, and I didn't notice any reduced charge in the cold weather either. And when it's time to recharge the battery, the fast charging capability is really nice. You can recharge this battery from 0 to 80% in just 18 minutes. And you can do a full 0 to 100% charge in 47 minutes. Speaking of long adventures, let's talk about the time-lapse and star-lapse capabilities on the Ace Pro 2. When creating an adventure story, time-lapses and night-lapses are one of the best ways to show the passage of time. I'm really pleased with the time-lapses and night-lapses I captured with this camera on my adventures. Piling up snow for a snow fort, cutting up wood for a bonfire, and capturing a nighttime landscape with the snow under the stars all came out phenomenal. The details and the quality made it easy to incorporate these time-lapses and night-lapses into my broader story. These all came out picture perfect. Speaking of pictures, the Ace Pro 2 also has amazing photo capabilities. With the Ace Pro 2, you were able to capture 50 megapixel photos, and the detail and clarity in these photos is quite incredible. Now, when I hear 50 megapixels on a tiny camera like this, I tend to be skeptical of that claim. But after taking several pictures with the Ace Pro 2 on my adventure, I found that I was able to crop them and I was able to zoom way in and still have excellent quality. For instance, this picture right here that I took of my boys when we were piling up snow to build the snow fort, that photo came out really well. And if I wanted to print that photo, even in something like poster size or bigger, the resolution is definitely there to make that possible. For such a tiny camera, the photo quality really is incredible. Speaking of tiny, the Ace Pro 2 features a removable wind guard. The wind guard's right here. And that wind guard is one of the features that helps this camera produce pro-level audio. On all of my adventures so far with the Ace Pro 2, I've relied solely on the built-in microphones. I've not brought along any external microphones or any wireless mics. This is the only mic I've used. And let me play a few of these clips that I filmed with the Ace Pro 2 where I'm talking to the camera so you can hear just how good it sounds. We are almost to the top of this ridge, but there's a lot of little scrub trees and thorns through here, so makes it a little bit more challenging. So I've done my work with the spudger, but I think I need to get in there and do some hand digging. Basically dig like a dog digging a hole. Inside, the snow is still very powdery and light. It's only hard on the outside, so we've got to go carefully, otherwise we might cave the whole thing in. So from my perspective, those vocals sound really good and they have a pretty rich sound to them, considering it was tiny mics in this camera that captured that audio. But let's see how the Ace Pro 2 did with ambient sounds. So I'm going to play a couple clips here that I captured of a fire crackling so you can hear how that sounds. I love that crackling sound of a good campfire. It's very relaxing, very peaceful. And of course, in addition to the wind guard, the Ace Pro 2 does allow you to set a wind reduction and vocal enhancement on the camera. Since we're talking about pro level features, let's talk about this 2.5-inch flip screen right here. I really like it that Insta360 kept the flip screen on the Ace Pro series. On the original Ace Pro, I found this to be one of the most useful features, and on the Ace Pro 2, the screen is even better. The flip touchscreen makes it really easy to ensure you have proper framing, especially when you're filming yourself. But also, if you have this camera setting stationary and it's low down, you can easily tilt up the screen so you can see what you're capturing. You don't have to get down on the ground and be at that level when you're filming, which is really nice. Because let's face it, crawling along the ground when filming is not ideal if you don't have to. Now, there are competing action cameras that have front screens, and this one has a front screen as well. But none of the competitors have this flip-up touchscreen, and this right here alone is a huge feature for solo creators. The touchscreen is brighter than before, so even on bright sunny days and bright days where you have the sun reflecting off the snow, I'm still able to see what's on the screen without a problem. Since the Ace Pro 2 is an adventure camera, ruggedness matters a lot. And the Ace Pro 2 definitely has not disappointed when it comes to ruggedness. One of the best features on the Ace Pro 2 is the removable lens guard. So if you happen to smash this lens guard into something and break it, or crack it, or scratch it, you don't have to get a whole new Ace Pro 2. All you have to do is remove this, order a new one for a pretty low cost, and pop on the new one. On my adventures, this camera hit the ground many times. It hit a tree one time, and it got wet and cold in the snow. But it kept on going and it held up well with no damage or no performance issues. And by the way, if you want to use the Ace Pro 2 underwater, this is waterproof down to 12 meters, which is about 39 feet. And with an Insta360 dive case, you can go all the way down to 60 meters. But of course, an adventure camera wouldn't be great without good stabilization, and the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 definitely rises to the occasion with stabilization. The flow state stabilization on the Ace Pro 2 is both dependable and excellent. It helps the footage look natural while still ensuring proper stability. And for fast-paced action, you can even boost the stabilization to high. Speaking of action, the Ace Pro 2 packs additional features that make it easy to film with this camera. The Ace Pro 2 has gesture control that works even with gloves and a helmet on. And of course, there is also voice control that can be used to start and stop recording. In addition, the Ace Pro 2 also allows you to pause or cancel a recording. This is a really nice feature if you're filming a lengthy clip and you want to pause to eliminate the amount of footage you have to edit later on. It can be really helpful with that. If you're waiting for something exciting to happen, it's perfect for that. Pausing a video can be done by clicking the icon in the lower side of the screen. In addition, if you have a scene where you need to film another take, you can easily hit cancel, and it's going to delete that file from your card without saving it. And the way you cancel the clip is by long pressing the shutter button. And of course, to enhance the ease and quality of filming with the Ace Pro 2, there are some accessories that I have found are really useful, and I bring along anytime I'm bringing along the Ace Pro 2. So the first one, and probably my favorite, is this dual battery charger right here. So this charger has two slots right here, which by the way, this can charge batteries for a bunch of other Insta360 cameras as well. This isn't unique to the Ace Pro 2. I use it also with my X4 batteries. But this battery charging case has a built-in 10,000 milliamp hour battery. So what you do is you fully charge the case, and then when you need to charge on the go, you pop in your battery, and this case charges your battery. You don't have to be plugged into any power banks, any outlets. You can charge this while on the go. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, another accessory I recommend is simply having an extra battery. I always recommend having at least two batteries. That way you have one that's fully charged and ready to go when your existing battery runs out. And of course, I do recommend having along the Insta360 selfie stick. The selfie stick gives you a lot of reach, and it also gives you a good place to mount your camera. And finally, the fourth accessory that I find myself using a lot with the Ace Pro 2 is this backpack clip right here. So basically what you do is you loosen this here and you put your backpack strap down through here. And then when you have it mounted, you have it right here, and you can have your camera right here on top. So you can easily have a chest mount to the side here. And that's great for any type of filming where you want your camera to not have to be in your hands, but maybe you don't want the angle of having it on your head, because that sometimes can feel unnatural. Personally, I do like having it on my chest. That's a good angle, and it's very good for a POV feel to your footage. So I love this backpack strap, and this is really good when hiking because I, of course, always have on a hiking pack, and it's easy to mount on that. So if you're looking for an action camera to bring along on your next hiking or other outdoor adventure, I highly recommend checking out the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. The Ace Pro 2 is a great tool for capturing memories and also for telling the story of your adventure. And the Ace Pro 2 is packed with features that make it a great adventure camera. I've linked to the Ace Pro 2 and these accessories in the description below. And thanks to Insta360 for continuing to create innovative, feature-packed cameras.